that was also the time in 1985 when Milton Obote's government was overthrown. I was living in University Hall. 3 hours after overthrow, the whole of Wandega and Bombo Road was filled with bullet shells. Many people died. It was a terrifying moment. In 1986, on the 25th of January and 26th of January, there was a fierce battle, the last battles, between the National Resistance Army of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the Uganda National Liberation Army of Tito Okello Lutwa. Many people died. Some of my colleagues, students, died. But amidst all that, I trust that was because of God that many of us survived. But within those struggles, I, as a human being political, I was interacting with the different groups of people, those in government and those outside government. That is why, especially for the NRA, I'd interacted with my former alumni in the previous schools, and I'd even influenced some of them to join Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in 1981, and they became the first NRAs. And then for those that were with us in Makerere University who were cut off because of that war of 1986, they joined the NRA and they came fighting, they came as liberators and were able to mix up. In between, they even gave us leaflets of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni advising some of the UNLAs I knew and Uganda police to leave and go home and wait for further instruction. As a result of that interaction, I've been able to remain political, conversant with what's happening in the world and in my country, and advise appropriately, and I've succeeded as my country has evolved from a worse situation now towards the best situation. For you to know more about those quagmires of changes in government, while human beings still struggle to remain relevant and influence situations for the better, read this book, My Vision Beyond Bounds.
Wow, that's amazing. That's quite an amazing story. Now, for my second question, I would like to know, how far would you go to help others in danger, especially when helping them would cost you your own freedom or life?
The most dangerous times of my life were when I was in Boroboro. That time was the climax of President Idi Amin. Archbishop Janan Luum was murdered that time, and northern Uganda never remained the same. People were being butchered left and right. In this book, I write those experiences and the suffering of the people in that region. Much as I was still a young person, I felt it noble to lend a hand to those who are suffering. And this is when I took risks. I have mentioned that a thing which is called salt, a thing which is called sugar, a thing which is called soap, these are essentials for life. They were not in Uganda. Whereas for us in eastern Uganda near the border, we easily got them. People there, no access to them. So when I interacted with those I came close to, especially the Basa of Colonel Lawrence College, Boroboro, Mrs. Ekwang, I kept on bringing those essentials, call it smuggling. But I was doing something that was a necessity for human beings. I kept on supplying, and they never got me.